This is a lovely Wednesday morning, and we're up again with our ATM Blowout. Now, ATM Blowout is a syndicated live program of the network. We hold conversation, special interest topics, news, events, and stories through correspondence reports, experts' opinions, and stakeholders' analysis. Now, this morning, we have a wonderful guest with us. We have a wonderful guest this morning. He's already seated with us here in the studio, but would like to take you through the topics we have this morning. And we will be looking at Governor Alia visit site of collapsed building in Abia State. We have OT wants IG to investigate allegations of sponsoring IPOB. In Anambra State, we'll be looking at Group 1's release of panel report on the extrajudicial killings. The Kano State government shut down clinic over breach of operational rules. Now, we will be looking at the police report, not vital to admit patients on emergency. This is coming from the CPFCT. We have UK courts restricts Daisy and his movements. And then NAF airstrikes kill terrorists in Lake Chad. Investigation. We have police arrest Naira Marley set for interrogation. Further investigation. And now we're going straight to introduce our guest this morning. He is no other but Comrade Imabe Savior. He's a public affairs analyst. So you're welcome to the show this morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good to have you here.
It's always good to be with you.
All right, everyone, we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll go straight to the issues. Don't go away. We'll be back to you after now.
illegally. That is amazing. Honorables, you
out every from every corner. But we're starting from Abia State. So the Abia State government has called on the Acting Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kayode Egbetokun, to investigate a group that accused Governor Alex Oti of sponsoring the indigenous people of Biafra. The Special Advisor to the Governor Media and Publicity, Mr. Ferdinand Ekoma, in a statement on Tuesday, stated that the group made up of strange fellows in a viral video had called on the governorship election petition tribunal sitting in Umuahia to deliver its judgment billed for Friday, October 6th. via Zoom. Now, this is coming after the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Oke Ahiwe, and his All Progressives Congress counterpart in the March 18 governorship election in the state are currently challenging the declaration of Oti as a governor, while Ekoma said the group alleged that the state government had concluded plans to intimidate the judges of the tribunal to deliver judgment in favor of Oti, claiming that the group alleged that the judges would be killed if they failed to favor the governor. So the first group, called Abia Youth Interest Group, had alleged that Oti was using Abia funds to sponsor the litigation of the Labour Party presidential election of Mr. Peter Obi, while another group of strange fellows alleged that the 4-month-old government of Governor Alex Oti is sponsoring the indigenous people of Biafra, adding that the allegations are weighty and have the propensity to cause disaffection, insecurity, a breakdown of law and order, and even endanger the lives and property of innocent citizens, and strongly and most respectfully call on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Chief of Army Staff, the National Security Advisor, and Inspector General of Police to use their good offices to cause immediate and thorough investigation into the allegations.
Ekoma further said the hate, anger, bitterness, and trademark of terror contained in the text of the press conference and on the facial expression of the accusers showed a despicable desire to subject the government and people of Abia State to dishonor. All right, sir. You can see how it's playing out again in Abia State. Governor is being allegedly held responsible for sponsoring the litigations that has to do with the presidential election tribunal. That's for the Labour Party. And then all of it, we wonder how this information has come up to this extent. What's your reaction to this?
I see, our major challenge, like I keep saying, and I always say it everywhere, our problem in this country is just nothing but leadership. We have so much of leadership problem. And the second problem we have in Nigeria is our political problem. You see, our political structure and political leadership has become a major setback that has drawn Nigerian economy and the development and standard we have in this country backward. Unfortunately, we, the citizens, are not doing anything about it. The entire country is paying less attention to situations like this. We cannot continue to have a situation like this being played out. We can't have just one party system in this country. It's not possible. We cannot just have PDP as a political party across the 36 states. It's not possible. So there are likely to have to be other political parties in their various states based on merit, based on qualifications, based on integrity, and based on pedigree. So why do you think if Abia State has actually, or Labour Party has won in Abia State, why would there be a hang-up to make sure that the Abia State governor is removed? Why will you do that? Now, Rivers State, other states, as we speak, we can use federal government money. Sim Subara used state money to sponsor the election petition tribunal in Rivers State. It is happening in other states. So who has said something about it? Who is saying anything about it? As we speak, the FCT minister, who was the former governor of Rivers State, Barrister Yesobe, was in the election petition tribunal, attended the election petition tribunal up to 4 times. And it was Rivers State resources, it was the Nigeria resources that was used in sponsoring the outcome of the judgment that made the tribunal to be compromised. Who have said something about it? What are we saying about it? It's a major problem. Now, is there also a challenge if Oti, I am not holding brief for Oti. I don't know him, and so I know him, but he doesn't know me. Okay? I am not holding brief for him as well. If Oti decide to support his own presidential candidate, should that be a problem? Should that be a problem? If it is a problem with Oti, why can't it be a problem with other states? Why can't it be vice versa? Why can't it be an old situation going around? Now, is it today because he emerged as the Labour Party governor in Abia State? Is it today you want to start alleging that he's responsible for the sponsorship of the IPOB? Is IPOB starting today? What of Kanu that is under detention? So who is responsible? Was he responsible for Kanu being under detention? You know, I wasn't expecting this thing to be coming from the East at this point in time because just recently, the Southeast actually held a security summit. There was a security summit across the entire governors in the Southeast. And one of those security summits, one of the outcomes, which I watched carefully, saw all the governors represented, even though he was there as a representative or came to participate in that program. Now, in that security summit, the major issue that was discussed was how the Southeast can be able to get security and then ensure that the environment is safe for everybody. That was one of these, the outcome of the security summit. Now, with this later coming up, barely few weeks after the security summit, and you are coming up with this, are you actually effecting or implementing the outcome of the security summit? Are you actually doing that? Is that what you are looking at? The answer is no. Because as we speak right now, with the recent action that is being taken in Abia State, you are also trying to truncate the outcome of the security summit that was held in Enugu. And that's what you are trying to do. So I think we must always remove politics when it comes to development. We must remove politics when it comes to how we can civilize or make the state to get to a level of standard. We must. If I must say, the OT has been trying his best to ensure that Abia State gets to the limelight, regain its lost glory. As we speak right now, most of the Agboros, most of the criminals that was situated or located or that was staying in Abia State or Aba, are located from Abia State. A lot of them are in River State. A lot of them are now in Port Harcourt. Most of the criminals that were using Abia State as a hideout has left Abia State and returned back to other states. Some of them are in River State. If you go to Element Junction in the night, you see most of them. If you go around the flyovers, you will see most of them. These are criminals that came from Abia State. They were chased from Abia State. Most of the tax forces, most of all the unnecessary IGRO that was being generated by the Aguru that do not return to government accounts. Now they have tried to see how they can streamline how this whole process will work. The major challenge is that if there is no competition, how do we get better? There also must be competition even in the government sector. There must be competition even in the political sector. There must be competition the same way we have competition in our marketplace. So why would you want to destroy the administration of the young man? He's ready to do the best and he wants to do something. He wants to make Abia State to be proud. He wants Abia State to be better than the way it is. Well, why would they want to fight him?
Let's look at something where Ekoma, through the governor's spokesperson, OT spokesperson, is saying, hey, IG, you need to quickly investigate this allegation that my boss is sponsoring iPod. Now, another issue he also talked about is that what these guys are doing, this so-called group, what they are doing is going to put the state in going to cause security issues and jeopardize, like you said, what the governor is already doing, which a lot of people have attested to. How critical is it for the Nigerian security agencies to put their spotlights on their state right now, to at least to ensure that if there are conflict entrepreneurs sponsoring these people, they come and call them strange fellows? Whatever the plans may be, will not end up distracting what the governor is doing.
In the last security summit, I saw the TIG that was represented. One of the higher senior police ranking officer, Mr. Frankuba, it was actually introduced. I was in that function. I also want to believe that the Abia State people and the Southeast are beginning to lose focus with these steps they are taking. Because the Southeast has been a major place that was supposed to gain more in this scenario. But they are losing more because of their internal wrangling, internal fighting. All these are internal issues, just to plead or to please a particular government at the center. All these are just a case of doing eye service. Politicians doing eye service to please their paymaster. Who is their paymaster? The center. That's what they think they are doing. they felt that by doing this or by doing so, they will end that level of recognition or end empowerment, wants to be in power at all means, either by crook or by any other opportunity available to them. And this is just it. Now, come to the security agency. Must we always call on the attention of the security agency before they should do the needful? Our security chiefs, are they actually, even though they were appointed by the president, I think they should learn to be independent. That's the problem we have today. Because most of our agencies and most of our parastatals are not independent. They are just solely depend on the executive arms of government. We have the executive arm of government saddled with its responsibility. With security agencies that have been appointed, even though they were appointed by the president, as we are thinking, that should be another means at which security agencies or any other officers shouldn't be appointed by the president. Because it's only when it happens like this way, it seems like he is in total control of all these arms of government, just the same way he's in control of the INEC, just the same way he's in control of the judiciary. The judiciary have actually made themselves to be under the control of the government. While meanwhile, they are also part of government arms. So why don't they act to be independent? Security agencies should learn how to be independent and then provide investigation, give out information that can be able to indict selfish politicians, politicians that have looted the national economy, and then expose them. Because the reason why politicians have not been exposed, those that is looting our country, losing our nation's treasury, are still safe in their airport, safe in their home, and because security agencies have refused to be independent.